I definitely don't want to be sitting mid-table. I want to be testing myself against the best sides and just see where we can get to, because we've got all the ability. It's just just putting that into fruition.
Alfie, welcome to Robins TV. 2 games into your comeback. How are you feeling?
Very good. A little bit tired. I think that's normal. You can train all you can when you're coming back, but nothing can prepare you for a full game, especially in a championship. It's relentless against a side like Preston. But no, I'm feeling good. I mean, win, I can't complain.
11 weeks out. Did it feel as long as that?
Yeah, it was a tough time. I think because I was starting to get back into the groove of things. I think beginning of the season I was playing well and we were flying. And then to get the injury that I've had before, to know that I was going to have to go through the same process, and it's a long, grueling rehab. But you've just got to deal with that. And yeah, it was long, but to get through it and to be reaping the rewards early on again, I'm in a good place.
Obviously, it helps when you're winning. Get those aches and pains out. What was most pleasing, perhaps, about the Preston match?
I think just the fact that we weathered the storm. I think going 1-0 up, we've done well. Fam, he's converting chances. We're making chances. We know what we had a game plan before the weekend, and we executed it well. We knew that they were going to be a tough side, a side that at times they were going to get on top, because as much as Preston are a dogged side, or a hungry fighting side, they're good on the ball as well. I think Brown, Johnson, I think they're top players, and I think they show their quality. Maguire, he's a handful. But I think, like I said, we weathered that second half. They got on top for a good 10, 15, 20 minutes, and we came away with a clean sheet. We sucked that up and we countered and we done well. And then I think the last 20 minutes we were solely in control. And if anything, we were just going to go and score again. But it was good to see that we can do the dirty side. I think, like I said in previous interviews, that Bristol City have been seen as a side that's a little bit weaker, a little bit easier to get into. And I think, like I said at the beginning of the season, and I kept saying it in the change room, we're losing that reputation, which is credit to the lads and to the staff and everyone involved.
There seems to be a lot of steel about the performance on Saturday. In terms of the partners at the back there, strange to think you've only played, before the Portsmouth match, 7 minutes with Tomas Kalas. Nice to be back with him.
Yeah, it was nice. Obviously, the first time we played was the Northampton game. So that was my first game, the cup game at the beginning of the season. Obviously, he'd done his shoulder, and then for other reasons we were playing well. So it's hard for him to get back into the side, and he's been a breath of fresh air coming back into the side. His timing of his headers, his athleticism, his leadership. It's good to be playing with him, and I'm glad to see that we've got a good partnership going. Hopefully we can continue doing that, because we know that if we drop our standards, and we got Mariappa, we got Tails, we got Zach Viner, who obviously played centre mid the other day, that can really take our position. So it's good, healthy competition like we've got throughout. We've got a lot of players coming back from injury, a lot of lads coming back from loan, which is good, and it just feels like a really good place to be at the moment.
One thing that's evident to us when we sat in the stands is who you can hear on the pitch, and Dan Bentley talked about it ahead of the game. You're quite a vocal communicator, aren't you?
Yeah, I like to be. I think there's a great saying from Ashley Williams at Swansea. He said, when I'm having a bad game, I'm loudest. You can take that as you will, but I think it does help. I think just little bits of organisation, just knowing that you've got people backing you up and saying well done when they do something simple. But I think it goes a long way. I know that when I was a scholar and I was coming through, and I've got older pros giving me confidence with the words they're using, with the way they're saying things. It's not just shouting for shouting's sake. It's shouting the right information at the right time, and just helping your mate through situations when it might be in a tough spot, or when they're making mistakes, and it's just giving them that confidence to go and tell them, go again. It doesn't matter. We're all here for each other. We keep saying it in the change room before the game. We're going to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. That's life. We just got to understand that we're here for a reason. We're top players, and we just got to get on with it. But I like to be vocal. Loud. I can be annoying, but I always say, I just shout simple things, basic things over and over again. But people are going to get tired of it. But it's just the way I am.
Halfway through the season, and you've been in these situations before with teams pushing at the top there. How do you think we're set?
I think we're in a good position. I think the amount of players that are coming back from injury, I think the hunger of the lads that want to get back out on the grass and want to get their shirt on the pitch, I think it's a really good place to be. I think obviously the result, I think it was 10 or 11 years we haven't beaten Preston. I think, you know, we've lost that little duck now that was on the back. I think that shows that we're going in the right way. Doesn't matter who we're coming up against. We're gonna put out a solid performance. We're gonna put out a performance that, as long as we match other teams for their hunger, for their desire, we've got more than enough quality to beat anyone in this league. Which is why, you know, I think on Wednesday it's going to be a really good game. If we match their intensity, because they're up there for a reason, I think we'll have a really good shot.
Like to say, in terms of that solidity, you're going to need that and more against a top of the table team live on Sky.
Definitely, yeah. I think live on Sky or not, regardless, if you don't work hard, you don't deserve to get a result. That's the fundamentals of football, the fundamentals of anything in life. If it's, you know, saying if it's not worth having if it's easy. So we've got to go. Then we've got to test ourselves against the best, arguably the best side in the league. I think last year they found it tough in the Premier League, but that's football. It is such a big difference between the Championship and the Premier League. But they've come back down, and they could have petered away, but they're fighting to go back up, straight back up. And that's where we want to be. We don't want to be. I definitely don't want to be sitting mid-table. I want to be testing myself against the best sides and just see where we can get to, because we've got all the ability. It's just, you know, just putting that into fruition.